same curses that we suffered is going to go on him. It's going to go on them. Beginning with the top elite all the way down to the lowest peon, the lowest fat belly cracker that has a bad job and lives in a trailer. And, and his wife is nothing but poor white trash. All right? As long as he's an Edomite, because some of them are Jakes, but as long as he's an Edomite, those curses are going to go on him just as well as they're going to go on the top elites of Esau, which is the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the top banking families.
Yeah, and the only difference is that those low-level crackers over here on this side of the world are going to be destroyed. The elites are going to be the first one to taste of slavery, because they're not going to get hit by the missiles. But this is the book of Obadiah 1 and 15. It says, "For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathens. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as you have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea."
Can I say something about that drunk on the holy mountain? That's the land of Israel.
Gone.
You read the Balfour Declaration, you had that cracker, Arthur Balfour, which wrote a letter to Lord Walter Rothschild, and in the letter he's congratulating the Rothschilds on getting the land of Israel. To this day, if you go to the land of Israel now, there's streets with the names of different Rothschilds, the streets in Israel. All right? So, Con.
We're in captivity, right? Yeah. Now, while we're in captivity, okay, this is Baruch 2, and 32 is the key verse. Yeah, 32. I'm sorry, Baruch 2 and 30, right? It says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities," meaning America, that's the last captivity, okay, "they shall remember themselves." Aren't we remembering ourselves? Didn't that when I came in 30 years ago, 32 years ago, I didn't know who the hell I was. And then I found out who the hell I was or am. Okay? Where did I find that out? In my captivity. Was it talking about the Roman captivity? No, because we knew that we were Israelites while we were captives, a tributary under the Romans. What about the Babylonians? We knew that we were Israelites, man. We ain't got to come back and remember who the hell we were. That's right. We didn't come to our remembrance that we were Israel in ancient Kemet or among the Egyptians, because we were grew as a nation in captivity, man. So it's got to be talking about over here.
That's right. That's right.
It says, "But in the land of their captivities," because we're in the Americas, we're in the West Indian Islands, we're still in Africa, we're all over the place. In the, South America, Canada, you got Gad, you got Reuben, all right? "They shall remember themselves," right? "And shall know that I am Yahweh, their power, for I will give them an heart, mind, and ears to hear." What captivity is it talking about?
This captivity.
Over here.
Over here.
Right?
Yeah.
It says, now check this out. "And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity," the Americas, "and think upon my name," which the Lord's name ain't no coon name. Sweet Jesus.
Jesus Christ, right.
"And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. And they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before Yahweh."
Oh, man, that speaks volumes.
Con.
Hey, I got to, because you read something about the joy of their heart, about the land. Something like that you read. If you could go back and read the last verse, if you remember.
"For as you have drunk upon my holy mountain."
For you have drunk upon my holy mountain. The Lord's holy mountain is the land of Israel, right? Now, I made a statement. I said you can find some of the Rothschilds, their names as streets in the land of Israel, right? Well, hey, I typed in names of the Rothschild streets in Israel, and guess what came up? Wikipedia, Rothschild Boulevard. So you got a boulevard over there, which let me just read it. It says, Rothschild Boulevard is one of the principal streets in the center of Tel Aviv. Now, it's not.
I wonder why. I wonder why.
That's right. That's right. It's not
We're just having fun with it, man. You gotta have fun.
You gotta have fun with it. Wait a minute. Is not Tel Aviv known as Pink City? Now, isn't the Rothschilds? Don't they come from a legacy that's supposed to know the Bible? Was not Moses M. Bauer?
Was a rabbi, man.
Was a rabbi.
So they pushing. They look. They know that they're the Edomites.
That's right.
They're trying to be. Those are the fucking Herodians, man.
That's right.
That's right. Them Herods coming back most likely, man.
Because
they wanted to be Jews, but yet they wanted to do these wicked things, like Herod popping his brother's wife, Philip's wife, man.
Being hypocrites.
That's why John cursed his ass out.
Right.
Even though he was an Edomite.
Right.
Even though he was a devil, he cursed him out because he was portraying himself to be an Israelite, the righteous.
Then you had a lot of
Israelites. Wait a minute. You calling yourself an Israelite, a Jew,
right.
But you committing adultery, man.
Then you had a lot of Israelites looking up to them too.
That's right. But the difference back then, when they were Herodians, if that's correct, which I believe they are,
right,
or could be, they were darker, so they were tears. That's why Yahushua did the parable in Matthew 13 on the wheat and the tares, because you had Edomites that looked like Israelites, man.
Right.
And you have Israelites that look like Edomites.
Right. Then he called Herod a fox, which of when you look up that word, was that alopex in the Greek, mean a crafty, diabolical person. A devil. Yeah, and that's what we have today. But getting back to the Rothschild Boulevard, brothers. Rothschild Boulevard is one of the principal streets in the center of Tel Aviv, Israel. All right, I don't have to read no more. So you think the Rothschilds are not proud that they got that? Wait a minute, is there a Rothschild Boulevard in Africa?
Is there a Rothschild Boulevard in Harlem?
Right.
There's a Malcolm X Boulevard.
Right. There's
no Rothschild Boulevard.
I wonder why. Why is Rothschild so concerned with the land of Israel? Because it's the chosen land, but it doesn't belong to them. It belongs to us, brothers.
And they know it.
Right. Back in Obadiah 1, verse 16, it says, "For as you have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been." Because you're going to be a slave, so you're going to be like you don't even exist. You know, like a serf. Nobody really regards a serf as anything. You know, they look to the vassals or to the higher-ups in society, you know, but they don't look at the slaves as being anything. That's why even in that movie, the Django, when what's his name, Jamie Foxx came up riding up on that horse, you know, this guy Stephen, Samuel Jackson was like, who the hell is this? You know, basically, who the hell is this guy? You know, up on that, up on that nag, whatever the hell he called it. You know, because a slave was regarded as nothing. So how the hell is this fancy dress, you know, Jake's supposed to be a slave sitting up on a horse like as royalty, you know? But that's the point. So these nations, they're going to be the same way. They're going to be as those slaves and those serfs that are regarded as nothing. Something went out over there. Okay, no. All right. All right, so anybody got something? You got something up?
Got something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, this is Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I'll stretch out my hand against thee, and I'll make thee most desolate. I'll lay that city's waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sitteth Thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will
Hold
I.
up, man. Wait a minute. GOCC teaches that there's going to be a handful of Edomites that's humble, and they're going to make it. Was that? Can anybody give me that scripture? Huh? All these devils, man. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you devils something. Let me tell you something, GOCC, you bunch of sellers. Look, man, ain't no Edomite gonna be favored in the kingdom, man. They you know where they gonna be? Right at the end of my foot, man. Their backside is gonna be at the end of my foot. Continually, man. Except for the Sabbath. When the foot's gonna be pulled out and they're gonna rest. And they're going to honor, everything about honoring the Sabbath. Guess what? Esau going to honor the Sabbath like no one else. All right? I never seen such honor in all of Israel. They're going to love that Sabbath, man. They're going to be looking forward to that Sabbath, man. And hate when that Sabbath go away, because that's the only day we're going to pull our foots out of their asses, man. Out of their dairy ears. Okay? Ain't no Edomites going to be over there. Well, these are the humble Edomites. That's bullshit, man. That's why the Most High going to destroy you, GOCC.
I got a quick precept. The book of Jeremiah 30 and 16.
Let me say this. And Lahab ain't going to save your ass either, because Lahab needs a savior.
That's right.
And he ain't going to be saved. He going to be somebody. He might be your son, brother. He might be your son. Come look, I got Lahab. Oh my goodness! Look, Tar, I got Lahab. You gonna have that long finger? Yeah, that's me, troop.
Jeremiah 30 and 16. It says, "Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them."
You can't get around that.
No, you can't. No,
You can't get around
that's
that.
like Michael Jackson. Too high to get
too
over,
high to get over, too low
too low to get under.
You
You're
know?
stuck in the middle.
Look at him.
And the pain. Hear that, Bubble Eyes? With your lousy, bullshit ass doctrine. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. Every one of them. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all, beginning with the Rothschilds. That Rothschild Boulevard, out of here. All right? It's going to be burnt up anyway. Yeah, man, Rothschild Boulevard. The nerve of them damn devils.
Well, they could be happy that they're not going to be burnt up with it.
That's
Because
right.
they're going to be preserved.
They're going to be preserved, yeah. Shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So that's direct, straightforward, right to the point.
Yep, that's right. This is Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to do treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And pretty much, and that's scripture. And pretty much that's what's going to happen, And that's what we're waiting for. Because right now, this America is pretty. This America is basically it's an empire that has gone pretty much global, and it's bringing all these other nations together as one joint unit to bring about the so-called New World Order, to pretty much enslave the entire planet under them.
And this Hebrew Israelite thing has gone global too. The Great Millstone gone global a long time ago. That's right. Like I said, man, look, the Most High gonna kick us in a high gear. We never stopped being in high gear, but the Most High gonna put us in a perpetual overdrive, man. Okay?
Yeah.
In the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? We're going to put so many videos out, man, and we're going to bring you so much information.
That's right.
That's going to make your head spin.
That's right.
Because, this could be the year, man.
Yeah.
We got another, hour and 10 minutes before the new year come in?
Well, the prophecy
Going
says...
to Esau's New World Order. Because this time, the whole world is keeping this 2016 thing. Like the Moabites got their own time, right, which is older than America. They ain't going by. They have their little this here in China, but motherfucker, you put up buildings and drop balls. You want to be like Esau, man. Over there in Australia and Africa, all over the goddamn world, everybody's bringing in that new year, man. Because Esau is the man. Esau is the man. You got to go by what Esau tell you, man. Hey, you want to fly planes? You better learn English. If you live in Akibu land in Africa and you want to fly a plane, you best believe you better learn some goddamn English, man, because that's the international language of aviation, man. The Russians, when they fly planes or whatever, they got to speak English. So Esau is the top guy, but in particular, the American Edomite or the British Edomite, let's say, because America, the U.S. Edomite, get their marching orders from London, man, from the Rothschild, from the Queen of England.
Yeah, this backs up Apostle Elatar about the numerous amount of videos that are going to come out for this upcoming year. It's going to be like a flood. Now, we read about how the serpent cast a flood after the woman, that's Israel, the serpent being Esau.
Right, and that flood is talking about their military, the Roman onslaught, because people were always talking about those lies.
Right.
Oh, you can say that, but it's really talking about their military.
But this scripture over here, Isaiah 44:3, it says, "For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground." So that's this knowledge coming out. Now, Yahushua said, he that is hooked up in Yahushua, roughly paraphrasing, out of his belly shall flow what? Rivers of living water. So, brothers, this knowledge goes deeper and goes deeper and goes deeper. And it never stops. And just like living water, it keeps flowing. It never gets stagnant. It just keeps flowing, keeps moving.
Bruce Lee spoke, well, what did Bruce Lee say?
You got to be like water.
Be like water.
Yeah, you got to keep
now
on
water
flowing.
Can flow,
Yep.
and water can crash.
Yep.
Be like water, my friend.
Yep. Yeah, that's what
And
he
that's
said.
why we say that Bruce Lee is an Israelite, man.
Yeah.
A Judite in particular.
I agree with that. There's quotes you can go. You brothers can type in quotes of Bruce Lee, and some of the quotes that he made, man, jumps straight out of the scriptures. Quoted like a man that's read the Holy Scriptures.
Well, his major when he came to the States was philosophy.
Philosophy. Yeah.
Philosophy means love of wisdom. Okay?
That's right. So finish reading. It says, "For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground." As the dry ground is all these lies. Okay? "I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring."
All right, I got some real quick. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 1, verse 8. "Who also declared unto us your love in the Spirit. For this cause we also, since the day we heard it, do not cease to pray for you and to desire that you might be filled with the knowledge of his will in all wisdom and spiritual understanding, that you might walk worthy of the Lord unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work and increasing in the knowledge of the Most High." And that's the point, increasing in the knowledge of the Most High. "Strengthened with all might according to his glorious power, into all patience and long suffering with joyfulness, giving thanks unto the Father, which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light, who hath delivered us from the power of darkness, which we all were in at one time, and has translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son," which is just beginning with his knowledge, "in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins, who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist." So the main point being, that you might be, the verse 10, that you might walk worthy of the Lord unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work and increasing in the knowledge of the Most High. You know, because as it says in the book of Proverbs, what is that? The 4th chapter. Let me get that real quick. Proverbs, I believe it's Proverbs 4 and 18. It says, "But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day." You know, so basically, you know, the information is coming out more and more. You know, there's brothers out there, you know, of Great Mills on the flood, you know, the airwaves, you know, with the unicorn's horn, you know, the unicorn with the word, you know, a show upon show upon show of all different types of edification, scripture breakdowns, you know, prophecies, different things happening around the world, you know, just information coming out by the tons, you know, pertaining to the scriptures and pertaining to the truth, you know, because this the time that we're living in, you know.